Here we are again. I posted something responding to the fact that there is a certain demographic of people who are using patriotic symbols in a way that is not so much focused on the patriotism, but is more focused on creating division. I thought, let me use this as an opportunity to explain how you can actually be more solid in who you are and be avoiding conflict. I've had some really disgusting private messages and a few comments that are hidden from the feed that only I can see. And I believe a lot have been deleted as well by the TikTok app. 20 years ago, I may have been offended by these things, but I know who I am. I feel comfortable in my beliefs and my values. So I'm at a stage now where I don't really get offended by these things. And that has been one of the things that has informed my understanding of conflict resolution, actually actively listening to other people and understanding when they're not attacking you. Maybe there's something going on inside of them. I wanted to just kind of clear up how I can use this experience to express to you one way to look at conflict and how not to take offense to things. But when people get offended, it is rarely about what is being said. A lot of the time it's about who they think is being spoken to or spoken about. And it's something to do with people losing their identity or feeling that their identity is threatened. Recently, a footballer named Gary Neville made a video about the flags being flyed in the UK and how he'd never seen them flying for many years, and suddenly with the political climate in the UK, that suddenly a certain demographic of people have been flying them to try and create a kind of mood and been using a way that is a way of dividing people instead of bringing people together. So he was attacked for it. He's been attacked on in many places, in the press, in TV programs, on social media. And I got attacked personally for agreeing with him. The way I see it is that many of the people who were attacking me, they weren't defending the flag, they were defending an identity. So when someone says that it is racist to fly the flag, many people's first thought is, are you talking about me? Are you calling me racist? That's not about the flag. That is about insecurity in the person who is taking it as an attack on them. They're taking it as a personal attack. If you know that you're not racist, why would you feel accused, or why would you take offense to that? Why step into a fight that was never about you? So as a black British man, I've been called all sorts of names. I've been told about how there's no black in the Union Jack, for example. That was something I grew up with in my childhood, in my teenage years. But the truth is today, as a mature man, these things have zero effect on me. 20, 25 years ago, of course, but as someone who is comfortable in my identity and I know who I am, it no longer gets to a point where I feel affected by it. I don't associate with the identity that they are trying to give me or the story that they're telling. And you can't shame someone out of a story that they don't believe in. Here's the lesson, because that message is true in work, in teams, in leadership, and in organizations. When you know who you are, what you stand for, and what you value, you stop mistaking critique for personal attack. The less secure we feel about our identity, the more threatened we feel when people start to attack it or even just question it. So whether it's about flags, politics, or conflict at work, it isn't always about right or wrong. It's about belonging, the story or the narrative, and the self. So maybe the question is, when you feel attacked, what is the story that you are trying to defend? Because when you're clear about who you are, you don't need to fight every battle, because not every story is yours to defend.